Hello, and welcome to Sunday Funday. And today I'm bringing back Daniel Perafan. How are
Hi.
you? No, I don't have anybody. You're my only podcast today, Daniel. You
Okay.
were asking earlier. You're like, you got somebody like I'm trying to just use you as long as I can here on this podcast. Is that a problem?
No, it's fine.
You don't mind being used? How have you been?
Good. Good. I'm pretty good for the most part. Like everything's pretty good. I had some good career pop-ups recently.
Share with me.
I had a video go really viral, and not necessarily on my account, but because of other people. So like I done a video, I did a little sketch thing
Mm-hmm.
where it really popped off, and it sort of hit all the meme pages, and because of that, I
I
got more
saw.
traction. Yeah, it's crazy.
I
So weird how it
saw.
happens now.
Huh?
It's so weird
It's
how it happens.
yeah, it is. It's weird how some stuff goes viral, some stuff doesn't. I don't know like I get so scared of IG and losing my stuff, and it's so much work on my end.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
But it seems
it's
like you're working like pretty hard all the time.
I'm always working. I'm a workaholic. I mean, that's what us Latinos have to do to be seen to like get any attention. And then they have that Bobby Atoff or whatever, that girl with no personality.
Who?
There's some white girl with no personality, Bobby, a weird name. She like interviewed Drake. She interviewed all these like what she did is she hired like a big PR firm and she was a TikToker. And she
Wait, are you talking about Call Me Daddy?
no, not her.
Oh,
She's talented. No, not called. She's talented. She puts in the work. No, this girl, some TikToker that
yeah.
started interviewing. I'm surprised you haven't. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I'd have
What's her
to.
name?
It's Bobby, and it. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Cut this part out where I don't even know who we're
You know,
talking about. Oh, Bobby Yeah, Althoff. Yeah.
at no, well, not what name did you say? Last name
Althoff,
Atoff,
right? Althoff.
something like that. You know, the one that's boring.
Oh, I didn't know she was
She was
boring.
on. No, I hope we get the same person that we're.
I'm looking at her page right now. She has 7 million followers.
That's her. Then that's her. Yeah.
She just got divorced.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that
Because
sucks.
yeah. Well, you don't know what, but she entered. Her big thing was she interviewed Drake, but I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. So I just work like the wheels turn. Right.
Well,
That's
I can't wait till this podcast gets so popular I no longer get asked on. So that'd be nice.
oh, I will keep on asking you on because I like talking to you. You're cool. So you did skits, which I wanted to do a skit with you so badly.
We're still like again that's still open. It's just
Tell
like
well,
it's just hard to pick people's schedule. Then we have to find a script for something. It's
right.
more than just. It's almost like now I'm seeing behind the veil. Like it's so many moving pieces. It's no
Yeah.
longer just one. You know how like with stand up comedy, I'm so used to stand up of like I want to get on stage. All I have to do is go out and hunt for
Right.
a spot
You
to get on
stand
stage.
up, you just write your own material, you go up and you use the same
Yeah, yeah. There's
material.
nobody else. Exactly.
Right.
It's so much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
why with me, that's why I kind of like doing Zoom podcasts because I am guest dependent, but I film it. I right here in Zoom in my own apartment and that's it. And then like opposed to going to the studio, which is like, okay, then I got to hire the makeup artist. Then I got to go catch the Uber. Then I got to get there. Then I got to see if the studio is not going to be late. And I went ahead, bought my equipment, but then I'm dependent on a producer where I'm like Zoom. I just turn that shit on and it's records.
that makes perfect sense. Plus, like,
Yeah, and then I
yeah,
have a demand of uh because when you're like a content creator or any type of create, you have to be like nowadays like you can't just how you had one thing go viral, but you have to prepare and do another one,
yeah,
and it's
yes.
work. Yeah,
Literally immediately afterwards. It's
yeah,
like you're feeding this fucking animal
machine.
that's constantly asking for something.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I kind of just go the podcast route and I try having different guests. And I hope I get so upset when they don't accept the collaborator posts. Like I do, you know how I do it? And it's because I'm like, dude, like, come on, how many fans do I have compared to other people generally? Like, and you ain't gonna accept it because you don't like what I usually like open micers will not accept it. Or, yeah.
Really?
Oh, they're the worst. Like the newer, the fresher the comic. Well, no, I will say, there is a girl that right now, like keep an eye on her, Daisy Rocks, right? I interviewed her a year ago. Like I feel it. She's gonna hit. She's out of LA. Very nice girl. She didn't have that attitude. She's very humble. I interviewed her. She was good, but I've had other people that were like a little bit new or fresh to the game, and not Daisy though. She I put on a pedestal. But other comics were like they don't accept the collaboration post, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what am I getting out from you? Like, what the hell am I getting? I'm not getting nothing. I'm taking one for the team. So
Oh, that's really funny.
yeah, like, what am I getting out of this situation? You, I lost your video. I need your video back,
Wait,
Dan.
hold on.
Okay.
I was just trying to
Don't
adjust
move
this.
around too much.
Sorry.
Like,
I think
so,
part
but
of it's like the only hard part about Zoom is like having to find a place in your house, where like I
yeah,
can put stuff down and kind of get ready.
yeah. I put my couch and then, well, I'm right on my couch and then I use my pillows and I did move a chair and I was going to try. So what else is, oh, there's
Oh,
my,
hi. Hi.
say hi. She's,
Hi.
she's being nosy now. So what
I love
else
it.
has been going on? What about, weren't you working on a podcast last time I talked to you?
Yeah, but it really fell apart in post-production.
Why?
There's a couple of reasons. I mean, it's more than just one. It's too complicated. I mean, part of it's the time commitment, to be quite honest. Like working on a podcast is like it's just you're literally committing hours of your day to something.
Mm.
As you see firsthand, like it's hard. I can't
And
always
chasing
commit
down the
on Wednesday,
guests.
for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And then I have what?
chasing the
And then you're
guests.
chasing down guests. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, same thing. I'm looking for a guest. They're coming on, or they'd be willing to come on. But it's also hard because it's like, I want to interview people. They have to go out to the podcast site. Then on top of that, we have to edit. Then on top of that, promote. Then on top of that, marketing. Or I have to shell out a bunch of money for an editor, producer, or social media marketer, or separate each one to try and get the best expertise, which is fine if I had an outside investor. But then that's why you do the podcast in the first place, to try and pick someone up. It's like a
Right.
big cycle of so much to do. Whereas with stand up, I can just take my phone, go physically to a show,
Yeah.
record me doing something wacky, and that's it. I get the same amount of views or hits from anyone else. It's
That's
just
true.
easier.
Yeah. 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 No, it's all, I'm seeing now, like, it's stand up though, it is kind of like a formula for, like, I see like a little formula for people, like, they kind of, the content you got to do, you still have to go once a comic called me and was asking me advice. Like, what did I'm like, why are you asking me? Do you know I was
Yeah.
a
Yep.
something they asked me about? And I said, you know, you need to actually go in and maybe go in once a week and go and like perform if you're doing comedy.
Yes,
You
that's
can't
absolutely true.
rely 100% on just the shit on the internet.
Yeah, but now it's like you could do that. Now it's a little easier to do that. I no longer have to physically leave my house to tell jokes to people. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, you no longer have to physically because you could just post stuff on the internet.
Correct. Now I
Yeah.
can just do that, but it's not the same. Plus, I feel like people really enjoy um kind of joking around, hearing that, People like feeling like they're kidding around with you.
Yeah. I get. I'm trying to now. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I like going to the clubs. I enjoy going to sit. Well, I've always been a person that enjoys going to seeing different
Yeah. Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
But you know what? I do have endless days where I'm sitting online just looking at reels myself.
That's funny.
You're right about that. Now that I look, but then the internet's kind of how, like, if I am going to go out, I'll look for who's performing or if somebody's in town. I will. I just I don't know. Lately I've been
You're getting your specific beehive, like,
yeah,
especially if, okay, so you're at home, let's say I don't want to leave my house. I write a bunch of jokes. I'll just tell it to a mirror. I record myself doing it. You get a bunch of people liking it or enjoying it
that's true.
because they physically like what I look like for whatever reason, or maybe they like the humor. There's so much to it now that with live stand up, the best part about that is you're not at all in charge. It's kind of something that happens to you
Hmm.
instead of something that now it's something that happens to you instead of like something that you're being cultivated for you,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you're going out and you're experience, even there are standards, of course, it's not just some rando, but it's a random comedian, not necessarily that you're specifically following. With an algorithm, they're like, hey, this is someone really popular, check them out. With a club, it's kind of like, here are 5 comics, they could be from anywhere. You don't
Right,
necessarily know
right.
where they're from.
But me, what I will do is I will follow people I like. And when it comes time that I have a chance to go out, I'll see where those people are and I'll follow them. So
That's okay. That's true.
the
That's
internet is
definitely true.
helpful for that because I'm able to find people that I would like to see, and therefore I'd want to get tickets. But I'm a funny person though. You know what I'm saying? The only person I can't stand when it's just like one comic performing, unless it's the only person I would say yes to would probably be Dave Chappelle. So I won't go to like any uh, no arenas, no theater. I very rarely like I like it where I see like 4 or 5 comics like that in a row versus
Yeah, showcase.
yeah,
People
I
like
like
showcases.
yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. I like that. That makes me happy as a customer. You understand? Like
Yes.
that's a person as a comedy
But that's a personal
connoisseur.
preference, right? That's
Right.
like the
Yeah.
amount that you enjoy. That's fantastic.
Right.
Plus, like, I mean, to be quite frank, if you're going to see like an audience, like an auditorium comic or like a theater comic, it's a lot of money sometimes. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I'm
it's
not
almost
spending it. I'm
cheaper in a
cheap.
club.
Well, I don't well no, I'm not. I'm just I'm sensible with my money,
That's good.
but I just the
I'm
only
not.
per oh, you're not you would spend
No,
um
I would ask to go in the back. I just piss it away.
you just piss it. No, but only person I probably would. But you can sometimes catch Dave Chappelle in New York
Yeah,
during the
all
week.
the time. He's at the cellar constantly.
Yeah, like you can catch him. I just never. I don't know. I've been really stuck at because of the weather, it being bad, and the price of Uber going up like ridiculous. Like every time you go to the city, it's like $70 or $80 back. Because as a woman, for us to go out, we have, like I can't take the train after a certain time. You know,
Yeah,
I can't. I get harassed.
kind of unfair. Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely can't
So
go by yourself.
I can't. Yeah. So at night I have to go take. So it's now limp because now the Ubers are more expensive because of that extra congestion fee. So it's
Yeah,
like I got to pick and choose what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go.
yeah, that's fair.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's like,
saying?
it's $25 extra now or something. What
Yeah.
the hell
Well,
is that
no, it
about?
was yesterday. I had a photo shoot and it was raining. And I spent $90 on like just back and forth from Queens. I'm in Sunnyside now.
You went from Sunnyside to Manhattan, and you spent $90. What
For
time was it?
on the because on the way there, I forgot it was like 30, and then the way back. But I did have my friend and I had her dropped off too. So
Oh, that's like a little
well,
extra,
but,
but
but
yeah,
she was
it's
writing
fair.
a story up. But what I'm saying is, like, for a woman to go, as for me to go, I can't, it's not real for me to put on my makeup, my hair, and whatever, and to go on the subway is not so safe, and anymore.
That's true. I
You
mean,
know,
there's not much I could say, but yeah, that's absolutely
yeah.
true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like, if I go and then during the day I try looking like a 12-year-old boy to ward people off, but they still like they still bother me. And I generally take the bus. I like taking the bus from where I live. Yeah. I
I
dress
like the
down
bus
as
because I feel like it's a little safer. There's on the train, it's like
yeah.
a train. The conductor is safe in his booth. At least in the
Yeah.
bus, it's like
But
we're all in
yeah,
it together.
yeah. And then the how like You know what gets me is everybody talk, oh, the migrants, they're selling candy. I rather have those kids selling candy than somebody like the other people that used to be on there, this creepy people, you know? So,
Yeah,
you know how,
that's fair. I mean,
yeah,
honestly, like, who cares? Look,
yeah,
oh, I'm sorry, they were selling candy. It sounds like they're business people. Why are you
exactly.
giving?
It's like they're coming here to work.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
God.
worried? Are they going to take your job? They really want to work? Like, is that an
Society has
issue?
unlimited wants. Don't
Huh?
forget that. I studied economics.
Uh-huh.
Society has unlimited wants. Unlimited. There's always a want.
Yeah.
Always. You'll never not have a want. Those kids are fulfilling a want. Who gives a shit that you're annoyed?
Yeah. No, I've seen people make comments and I'm just like, now,
Oh,
however, them kids have better customer service than majority of people. Like they
yeah.
already know. Like I bought some candy from a 5-year-old and she was like, you know what I'm saying? She was ready to sell it and she was gracias, polite and everything. And I'm like, God, man, this kid. And then I said, yo necesito cambio. She gave me the change and everything. Like, no problem.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
like she had better customer service than the majority of the adults that work in the city.
yeah.
So
I can't. I like the kids. I think they're just whatever, who
yeah,
cares?
they're
I
innocent.
never also I don't they're not all migrants. Some of them are just brown selling candy. It's not even
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
deal.
No, we got to defend our other brown folks too, because it's straighten people. Because I always get mixed up, and some people will like, and I'm like, I have to check people's out. I was born here, I have to check people like, because they'll be like, oh, did you come here legally or illegally? No, I was born here. I had a Lyft driver ask me that one time.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's so weird and
it's
really
weird. But
offensive.
you know what makes me mad is like one time I was talking to like it was somebody that was a white immigrant, right? And their
Yeah.
grammar was so bad via text on the phone, and
Just
I
me?
could
Oh, you're talking about me.
no,
Jesus
no, not
Christ.
you. They were a white immigrant, white. They weren't brown, but they were like, and they had like a decent job and everything. And I'm like, how the hell is their grammar and everything this bad? And they've got a better job than. And I was mad, and I'm like, I'm born in this, like I was kind of angry. Nick, don't put that in because I don't want to hear the comments on YouTube. They get so mad when
Are
like
you talking to
on my YouTube, I've seen the comments. So I had somebody in Texas and they were talking about the history of Texas because it was Mexico and they were a lot and how it was stolen and oh man, it upsets a couple people.
but okay, first of all, not to be weird. Okay. I don't think I should, but like
Yeah,
the the US like should work better with Mexico. I
I
don't
know.
understand what the big deal is. Seriously. If Mexico's economic situation was stronger, they're definitely like it only benefits both countries.
Yeah,
But Canada too. Canada has long issues with like recessions and stuff.
yeah.
So it's kind of like up that all this is happening.
Yeah, everything's messed up nowadays, unfortunately. Everything. So yeah. So what are you playing with the camera?
So yeah, I'm trying to. Is it showing?
It is showing. I can tell you're playing with the camera.
Hold on, I'm trying to like adjust the lighting.
Adjust the lighting.
Give me a second. Is it bad?
No, I'm like, quit. Do you have ADD or
Yes, a little bit.
ADHD?
Yes, a little bit. Yes.
Were you hyper when you were a kid?
Yes, my mom beat the crap out of me for it every day.
Did they put you in special classes or anything or no? Or
No, no, they just failed me, so it's fine.
they, so that's what brought you to be a comic.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure there are like more reasons than that, but that's definitely part of it.
I have ADD real badly too. And that's
How
why I
bad?
think I have to work. Well, it's bad, but I can stay I do like accomplish like I have to keep on doing stuff. Like I can't, I'm always doing stuff. Like it's till I actually quit taking edibles at night because I had no choice but to take an edible to calm down, but then I would eat too much and I'm officially off edibles and I lost
Yeah.
weight. Yeah. That was the
Congratulations.
only time I was eating bad. But
Yeah, you
yeah,
get high. and then you just scarf everything
Yeah,
down.
I was
Oh my
high
god.
and then making like chicken wings in the air fryer at night, and they were so good. I haven't made any in a long time too, but um
Oh my god, that sounds delicious.
yeah. No, you go to Costco and you get those air fryer wings. They're good.
Yeah, like, well, I would just get like I get really high and then just eat everything in my fridge for sure, and then eat in the candy bar for sure. I would
Yeah.
just tear it up. It was just awful. Like it just I haven't smoked pot for like 4 days now. It's like a big accomplishment for me.
For only 4 days, I have been a little bit well, no, I did have an edible Friday night just to
Yeah.
go to bed because I had to, but it's not addicting. So the last time I had weed was at probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I'm talking, I was nightly taking an edible. I had to go to sleep because I would be up at night like either writing something, either like looking for
Thinking.
looking for guests, getting idea because I have not one but two podcasts. Trying to figure out like my what content should I do next, like for IG, like photo shoots and all that other stuff, or just like a million things where like my mind goes like that all the time. And then I
Yeah.
have to, if you should see the amount of 1099s I have that I took to my account is ridiculous for
Are
work.
you like so you have a whole separate like business set up for that, right? Are you doing it through like independent like gigs and stuff or what?
Well, no, like I have all, like 1099s. I had like
Yeah. Yeah.
affiliates. I made a lot of money through Meta. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. That's
this year,
great.
yeah.
That's
So
fantastic.
because Meta pays better than YouTube, people don't realize.
I didn't know that.
YouTube, I've discovered that you and people don't have to like I had to pay YouTube and I was kind of mad. And to for your YouTube to grow, they have something called Google Ads, and nobody really talks about this, but that's how you get the YouTube to grow.
How? We need Google Ads.
You
Please
you
enlighten me.
okay, so the whole thing with YouTube, and I've noticed what people do. I know I'm cheap, and because I with anything I see, I'm real good at accounting, which
You're
is
cost effective.
right.
You're
I'm
not
cost
cheap.
effective.
Cost
Right. I'm
effective.
cost effective because it has to make enough money that I'm going to make my money back. So,
That's
um,
smart. That's a
I,
wise investment. Yeah, that's
right.
smart.
So if I spend $200 on Google Ads a month, I do see a difference and I slowly grow my YouTube. Now I'm going to put these full episodes up, but, I spent only 100 last month and it didn't really grow. So now I know the magic number in my marketing budget is 200. The more you spend on, so you get a, you make a Google ads and then you connect it to YouTube. So that's what everybody's doing. And you know how I discovered it? Tom Segura's wife that has Your Mom's House, that podcast. I
Yeah.
kept on seeing and it said Google ads. And I'm like, this is how, they're growing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
some
yeah.
other people that had YouTube's, I was like, I would see Google ads and I go, oh. And so this is the thing. You kind of want to do it where it's broad or you want to target. Like I primarily used my comedy show. And then I have sometimes clips from my other ones, depending on who the person is. And so then that's how you see. So that's how they grow. But nobody wants to tell you how to do. Nobody really wants to disclose how they're really doing stuff. I'll tell you
Never.
how. I'll tell you how. Like I don't gatekeep around here. But yeah, actually, I have a Facebook page that's like over 800,000 on Facebook. You were my Facebook friend, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I have
Facebook.
a big fan page, and if I do not the reels but the video, I get paid on the reels and I get paid on the videos, and it's called
Nice.
in-stream ads. So it's
Nice.
very lucrative. You should look into that. Yeah.
No, I mean, I use the Facebook Reels because it pays. It's the only one
Yeah.
that actually pays, but it's not like necessarily a high-end income. But it does pay. Instagram stopped paying completely unless you have
Yeah.
over, I think, 100,000 fans or
Yeah.
200,000.
I get it, but it's weird when I kind of feel like if I didn't like, I don't know, like it's been messed up. I don't know if it's like when I put a picture, it does real well. But for some reason, guys don't want to hear what a woman has to say. So, like, depending on the clip, I've noticed like a woman can't speak or whatever. I can't. So my comedy clips kind of like mess up my algorithm. just depending. Sometimes they do. That's why I get mad if somebody doesn't take my collaboration post. I get mad. I'm like, what, bitch? Who do
You
you
have
think you?
like, bitch, who do you think you are? Yeah.
Like,
You
who
have
the
like,
you think you are?
who the is you? Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
You have like 30,000 fans anyway on Instagram, right?
not 30,000, 400 and
On Insta? Nice. Oh my God.
445. And then I have a backup that is, I don't know. Hold on. My backup is, I have to look at my backup real quick. Hold on. There we are. My voice right there. Hold on. My backup is probably got about 30, maybe, I don't know, 30,000. So, and I have, the podcast has one too, because I made a podcast like for my overall production company.
Nice. That totally makes
So like,
sense.
yeah. So I really like push, you know what I'm saying? But it's work. But yeah, Instagram, they're not really paying because I don't get paid that good like I do for Facebook.
No,
Facebook is a
no, it's
little hidden secret. Like,
because they want more content on Facebook for
mm-hmm.
people to watch. Because it's everyone's like, whatever, Facebook. But if they're paying out, you're like,
They're paying
let me
out
go there.
good. They're
Yeah,
paying
it's like
out
so
good.
on. It's
Actually,
$1 for every 1,000 views, I think.
yeah, they are paying good. And I did pretty good last year. I don't know so far this year how I'm doing. It's like, and to be honest, it's like I can't get enough videos up.
Really?
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing for my Facebook page is I just try pushing, or I do clips like, oh, today, whatever. Cause I notice like if it's me alone, it does better than if I don't put the podcast clips, but I push it for people. And I have a lot of foreign people though. Foreign, like I have these countries I've never heard of before. Like, I don't know where, like
Canada. What's this one called? Canada.
you name it. And then people are like, oh, when are you going to come to Nepal? And I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
Nepal?
It's really funny.
Yeah, or I'm in Brazil that here. You could come stay up. I'm like, okay, I don't know where like yeah. So I have a lot of foreign, not so many Americans. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then on IG, California loves me the most.
Really? That's fantastic. Do you have a strong California base?
Yeah. I
Okay,
used
you're
to
originally
live
from
there, but
California?
not I
That's
used to live there, but I'm originally from the East Coast. Like New York doesn't like me. I don't know what. I feel like New
well, I
York.
mean, New York can be like such haters anyway, you know?
They are. Why? I feel like it's, and then I always had I kind of quit. There's only certain comics from New York now I'm going to deal with because I'm tired of the like they look at me like weird or stuff. Like I don't know, it's weird.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, there's part of it's like that usual cliche of like what you said. People want to look at a pretty girl. They don't want to actually hear her talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's f***ed up. I mean,
It's
you're
messed up.
strong and you're opinionated, and people will get intimidated by that easy. I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. Well, I
Do
don't
they?
know. Yeah, I just don't. So I quit. I have very much good luck though. I've had a lot of LA comedians over. A lot of
Nice.
LA comedians on here.
I appreciate being on anytime.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Yeah, you're one of the rare ones in New York. And I told you before that like I had to cut somebody off. I'm like, oh, don't let me, you know.
Do you like, well, plus, like, to me, it's always about like content. I don't know what people necessarily, you don't know, nobody really knows what a
Uh-huh.
group of people will attach to randomly. And sometimes you throw something out there and it hits, and you're like, whoa, okay, hell yeah, I'm down with this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we have to I just feel like you have to constantly do content
Yeah.
nowadays.
It's
Like
like, how many times do you post a day? I know this is like so mundane to talk about, but I feel like most people are thinking about this stuff.
no, it's good that you say that. So IG 5 times. Okay.
5 times?
Five
Jesus
times,
Christ.
not a day. No, no, not a day. I do once
Oh,
a day. I can't do 5 times.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Um, IG generally once a day, 5 days a week. I give Saturday, Sunday off unless I know memes. If you do a meme alone and you could come up with an original one. I did one last week. I said, what was my meme last week? I'll tell you. That is something popular right now for the moment that's going on. So my meme was don't hang out with me and act stupid or toxic. I'm a content creator and you'll just turn into a muse. So that was my meme that I did last Sunday, and because memes now, but you got to come up with something original.
Yeah, yeah, but most of these people are grabbing content. I mean, just like I said earlier, like what happened to me, like someone took my art, they chopped it up, and they
Mm.
they rehashed it, they resold it under their brand. So they took something I originally made that was longer, they chopped it down to about 15
You
seconds,
got to
and they
copyright it.
resold it.
Copyright. You got to copyright the videos. And then that way, if they take it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's my face. I'm in it. Don't you
Right.
think I would own
There's
the?
a word for that. So on Facebook, if people do that, I think it's called resurface content or something. But then people try, um, there's the reaction videos, but I think on Facebook you'll get in trouble for that or something. Because
Yeah, a
yeah,
reaction video.
yeah. But what you have to do with content, because I work with a DMCA company, I did an episode with this, is you have to basically copyright. So somehow, like if you make videos from now on, somehow copyright it so you own it. So if you still see them stealing your image, hey, this is copyright, cease desist, like that.
Yeah, but I
Like
the huge
I use a great DMCA company called Branded Scan. If you use my code, you can go ahead and get a free month. But I use so I protect my spicy content, right? With a DMCA company. So if you Google my name, you won't see anything. You have
oh
to
wow.
like, yeah, a DMCA, because so all my content is protected.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. But
Then
that's a DMCA company to protect my stuff.
yeah,
You
it's like
understand?
you're protecting your
My
financial income.
brand, my
Yeah,
brand.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Yeah,
my brand. But I know this because like I did an episode, if you copyright the videos. Now I'm not an attorney, so you next time you run across an attorney or whatever, ask it, or I think that is
you're
somebody
not
comes
an
up.
attorney. I've been calling
I'm
you
not
for
an
legal
attorney.
advice this whole time.
No, but I know that's what you need to do to protect. That's what you need to do to protect your video.
Yeah.
You've got to copyright it. So it's just if somebody was to do like a company for content creators where, oh, pay this and you could, and they did it cheap, but they did it cheap and effective. Imagine how much money they could make.
Yeah.
Get a whole bunch of attorney and then like, because they just copyright each video like that.
I was under the impression that the second you post it first, you get automatically copywritten, like Meta or whoever will give you automatic copyright to it. It's your product because you're the first one to do it. It's an AI, so the AI will be able to separate it from other ones. No, that's where
I
my
don't know.
understanding of
I
it
don't know
is.
about that because whatever you put out there, you got to think it's out there on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, how, like, okay, so this is one thing my DMCA company does. You know how girls will get like fake profiles or whatever, or it'll
Yeah,
be like a
yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Okay.
And they resell
So,
their nudes. Yeah,
right. Well, that's some scammer actually.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I
Making a
protected.
profit off your body.
Right, right. Well, they can't with me because I have the DMCA company and then I can report them. So that's where it's prevented for me. But I think that again, I'm not an attorney, not fact checking anybody out there. Let's find, but I think with your same case, you could copyright the videos as you make it. I don't, you got to like investigate. I just know about the DMCA and because they're also my affiliate. So, but so, you know what I'm saying?
It's
But
good.
yeah,
You're double branding. You got double brand, double dip, double
yeah,
brand.
I'm always double dipping.
You got
Always.
double dip. That's
Yeah.
smart, you know?
Yeah. No,
You're
you have to
you're your
nowadays.
own businesswoman. This is what you're doing.
Yeah. 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 I'm not a lazy chick.
No, I get it. I see
I'm not.
it. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I'm not a
constantly
lazy
pushing
chick.
forward.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm doing that. So I believe, but you would again have to speak to an attorney. But wouldn't that be a great idea if an attorney had a little company? And I'm like,
Yeah.
somebody did do that. That would be good.
Just having some what does DMCA stand for?
Hold on. Now you're gonna make me.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna make me. I know what it is. DMCA meaning. Hold on. Okay. The Digital Millennial Copyright Act. In 1998, Congress passed the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, DMCA, which amended U.S. copyright laws to address important parts of the relationship between copyright and the internet. See, you need to invest investigate this more,
Definitely.
especially with your image being stolen. You know what they could be doing? They could be using your image and pretend
To make money. Yeah, on
yeah,
them.
well, not just to make money, but they could be finessing some sugar mama in Europe or something.
God, if someone could do that with my likeness, good for them. You know what? Good. What they figured out something I
I
couldn't.
they you know what, my one friend, they do it, my friend Matessa, they do it to her all the time and it drives her crazy. And then I felt kind of left up. I'm like, nobody ever does it. And then the day I found my image to like some Arabic like words or whatever, I was like, oh, finally somebody feels I'm pretty enough to steal my image. Because
Yeah.
I was like, nobody's stealing my image. She's telling me this and I'm like, wow, really? Like nobody's I felt I understand now because I've had it done like now a couple of times, but I report it and it gets taken care of. But I
Nice.
was like, wow, am I not pretty enough that they're not gonna take, like, am I ugly or something? Like they're not
Yeah.
taking my image. Like, and then sure enough, like an Arabic, and I think it's just because um, the majority of the US, like they want blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think would like it, the person that took it, obviously they were probably, I don't know, okay, I don't know what they were doing, but that got reported. But I was a little hurt.
You finally got. You were like, oh my God, finally.
I
Oh,
did. I
someone's.
felt kind of honored for a second there. I was like, wow, I'm special.
That's how I. That's how I feel when a big page steals my content. I'm like, all right, okay, nice. I said that like just a second ago. Like the when a big page steals your content, like just like a joke or something. Like I tweet something out and they'll take it and just word for word. I've had it word for word taken, and then that happens, and you're kind of like, all right, yeah, really doing something good. The most flattering, the best form of imitation, the best form of flattery is imitation, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
They're constant.
yeah. No, you do feel kind of, I wish somebody would, no, I didn't get that much attention. I'm longing for the day I can be behind the scenes more. Does that
Really?
make yeah, I
I
don't
thought
want
you'd
to
be
be,
more of a kind of upfront person.
well, it just happens to be that way because that's the only way I could profit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only, like I'm doing what, there's a very misconception for some people who don't even know me or see me. Like I kind of have to do what pays my bills. It's
Yeah.
right. Don't you have to do what you have to, what do you do that pays,
True, true, very true.
right? I have to do, and like, as much as I try, like I would love to like produce, like I wanted to do a comedy show, and I wanted to do something in the city or whatever, and then I spoke with somebody and it doesn't seem that profitable. Again,
No.
I don't have to leave my house. Like it has to be profitable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me
Yeah,
to leave. So I would love to do that, but it's not going to be cost effective.
that's
So,
true.
right.
You could
So,
make more money pumping out on the internet than you could
yeah.
any
And
day
then
on
the
a comedy
thing
show.
is, I'm like, ultimately, I would love not to be dependent on the internet and love to have like a private life and not have to worry about makeup and not have to worry and do stuff more behind the scenes. But it's just, this is what pays my bills.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
True, but the one thing that's really good about production is you're producing something. So
Yeah.
not only do you have something to either replug online or something for you to get on stage on, or just you're building a network of live people, and those come in handy. Internet
Yeah.
or not, you're always going to need someone in person to do something eventually. There's always a caveat there.
Yeah.
I feel like so much of life has become separated from society as a whole. You can now be individualistic in a way that's so extreme. You can buy your food online. You can get your clothing online. You don't have
Mhm.
to leave your house. They did an experiment. A guy I think stayed home for like 28 days straight. He didn't have to leave at all because he had everything done for him through online ordering, food, water, everything. You don't have to worry about anything again.
Oh, that's, yeah. Well,
Kind of eerie.
it gets like that. Yeah, it gets like that for, like, I quit working out at home as soon as the gyms opened up because I hate where I don't believe in exercise equipment at home.
Yeah.
I just
What's
don't.
that?
I feel like And I know those people have the Peloton bikes or what. I just don't believe in it. But I quit really like working out at home, or even I was like, no, you have, because I work out a lot. I work out 5 times a week. I have to go and leave my house like that, because there will be days that I will be stuck in the house, and it drives me crazy because of my work.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for me. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta get out. Because I
Yeah,
do like pretty much all my, like I said, because for me to spit out these podcasts, if I do it by a Zoom, it's easier than, again, setting it up, have people here. I got the producer here. Okay, we're not putting the light. Okay, I got to get my makeup done now because the lighting is different. Sometimes the lighting could be heavy, and then dealing with a makeup. So if I do it, it's just spitting content, and then yeah. So I have to force myself to go work out to get out of the house.
that's good. I mean, the social aspect of working out is pretty nice too. You get this dopamine, you feel good, and then there's people doing it around you. You
Yeah.
feel more what's the word I'm looking for? You feel more motivated. You feel more motivated
Yeah, and
because
I
of
have
it.
my favorite instructors. Certain people I like to go over. Um, I have certain instructors that I like because I like the way they guide me or whatever when we work out. So yeah, and so they're kind of your friends
Do you work
too.
with trainers directly?
No, I take, okay, so my work, I'm a little bit extreme, but I do 3 days of hit training. It's like a group at Crunch Fitness, right?
Nice.
3 days of hit training, and it's like about 45 minutes. And then I do 2 days of Pilates reformers. So, and I have two different Pilates, like they're classes, but I am such a like Pilates snob that I have to go to her name. One's Victoria, and she's Russian. She builds my ass up nice. And then the other one is Cassie, and she does more of the core with me. And so I only will go to those two out of all Manhattan, those two ladies. Like I'm funny like that.
Do you like how long have you been working with them for?
Uh, I want to say like, because I remember when I met Cassie, I didn't know how she looked like because she had a mask on. So whenever everything was open like that, but I have to get up like 5 days a week. I leave the house. I work in the morning from home. I
Yeah,
generally work out in the afternoon.
nice.
I don't do like extra cardio because I walk so much around my area. And then like 5 days a week, usually 3 days at the gym and 2 days in Pilates.
I gotta start going back. I got so fat, you know? There's nothing better than like, again, the weed was an issue. I was just overeating and
And then I
I
quit
left
the
it.
weed, and my friend told me to take, if but you were just smoking randomly throughout the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't have that problem. My thing is to go so I don't think.
Jealous?
Huh? I don't have, well, I can go all day long without smoking, and I will be so like
Are you
effective
serious?
working. Oh yeah, I don't need to smoke throughout the day. Now, if I knew I was gonna like relax, hang out, go out, I might puff real quick, but that's
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
I needed it to go to sleep because I'm literally like I get a burst of energy before I go to bed.
Really? Oh,
I'll
wow.
start cleaning. I get
Like
excited.
restlessness, right?
Huh? I get
That's like restlessness?
I will start cleaning like a mad woman, and I'm really extremely clean. Um, I don't know why. I just get like a burst of energy. So the weed would help me feel like wacky, relax myself and all that, but it was the eating. So now I'm on ashwagandha, and that's kind of been working. Yeah.
Wait, what's ashwagandha? It sounds like
Ash
ayahuasca.
No, not like Alice. It's just something, hold on.
Ashwagandha? Wait, what? Let me write that down. Ashwagandha. What the hell is that?
I don't know if let me read it to you. Yeah,
Is it like some kind of miracle? Not miracle, but like
ashwagandha. Okay, now I can't even. Hold on.
tell me.
Side effects. What are the possible upset stomach? I don't get diarrhea. Hold on. Effects compared with clips. Um, it affects your stress, anxiety, depression, and food cravings. And I notice it does kind of relax me. I take it at night. So it helps with positive effects on stress, anxiety, depression, and food cravings.
Is that like one of those herbal ones, or is it like
Yeah,
FDA?
I get it cheap on Amazon. Like I buy the cheapest one. my friend told me about it
You
because
take it orally? Or part of your drinks or what?
yeah, I just take it like this is how it looks like ashwagandha.
Oh wow.
But I noticed that, but in the morning, I don't know. Also, I do a lot of like super healthy things too. I also have a testosterone pellet that I get every 4 months. So I wake up and I'm testosterone.
You have like a beard. I'm like, oh my
No,
God,
I don't get a beard.
you're
No.
jacked. I'm like, oh my God, Marcella, what's different?
No. As women get older, it's they'll do that and it just it keeps
Really? Testosterone?
pellet, yeah, for women. Yeah. Yeah, I swear by
What does
it.
it do? Tell me.
Well, I do to Nick buzz it, this word. It's I do become a genre for about look at you writing it down.
Yeah, yo, you gotta like,
I
you
become
know
a
what different
genre for
things
a
I gotta
couple
check
weeks.
out.
Well, no, the ashwagandha women as we age, because I am in my 40s, but I'm not going to disclose how old I really am. We you just wake up and you feel like right? You
Yeah.
feel crappy, you lose your sex drive, you you just feel terrible. Like you're like, God, another day. But when I have the pellet, I feel like between the I asked my friend because I said,
Marcella, I just think you're depressed. I think that's what that is, you know?
no, I'm not depressed. No, that's what happens as women. Like we get older, like you just, but anyway, I get the pellet, right? Get it done like every 4 months. And
Yeah.
I've been taking the ashwagandha and I'm literally skipping in the morning, going to go work out. Like in the after, like
That's fantastic.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go work out. I'm so
Wait,
happy.
wait. What do
Yes.
you say? What do you say? What do you say
Yeah,
in the mornings?
work out.
No.
Like I'm just happy as hell. Like, and I'm doing, when I'm doing hit training, I'm doing the ropes and I'm doing all that. So I feel like so good, so fantastic. Right. But it does, like, I have been on the train and there's been like construction men and I do get a little excited.
Nice.
So, yeah, like pure, like I'm like, whoa, look at this. Oh, they're building. Where are they all building at? Yeah. So it does, but men's testosterone level does die down too. I'm gonna have on my other podcast, I'm gonna have my doctor talk about all this. So about the hormones
I
and
know
all the
about the
rest.
drop in T, but like I didn't know. I don't know how much. You know how there's as
How
you
old are
age,
you?
naturally happens. I just turned 31.
Okay, you're young. You're young. You're young. You don't need to worry about this. It drops for men. That's why I believe all men, unless they're in New York or LA, they need to stick and move until if they're in LA or New York, they have till 45. But all men, generally, like any other city, 35, stick and move till then because their testosterone's so high. Some women get mad that I say that, but it's
When
like,
you
it
say
is
stick and move, like
stick and move. You don't know what stick and move?
no.
Stick and move. Just stick.
Oh,
Well, yeah, like, and it might be sexist, some people might say, but I had a cousin, he married like about 27. He's 18 months younger than me, and he looks like hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks like, I feel like he got married too young, at 27. Um, he
I heard.
just,
I have not like not doing anything like that. That actually builds your testosterone because you're like storing it up. You know.
now that's not good. But I'm not a urologist. I'm just saying
Sure.
that's not good. I've heard that's not good.
Okay.
We're not, we need to fact
I
check
don't know.
that.
Yeah, I
We got to
don't.
fact
Yeah.
check. We got to
I
fact
don't
check.
know.
We don't want to
I,
start promoting people and then they stop or
they
whatever.
they
I
blame
think,
this podcast. They're like, I
well,
heard you
yeah.
can do that.
Yeah. I do. I think though, if you get too obsessive into watching porn, that could be bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I
Yeah.
think that you need like moderation. You need,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally,
But
Marcel.
I just know as a woman, I think it was when I was like probably 36, 37, it was like a decline where I woke up and I'm like, oh God. When with the pellet, I just feel fantastic, wonderful. I swear by it. I go to Dr. Sharon Geezy in Upper East Side. It is, and I used to use the testosterone cream. Like I had another company send me the cream, and the pellet is the way to go for me. But
What is that? Do you like take a shot? Is that what it is, or
no,
is that?
she literally gets the testosterone. She puts it in, I don't know what it is, in a little thing. Maybe she puts like B12 in it or whatever.
Yeah,
And again, when I get the episode, I will share. If you want to give me some questions, I'm going to film it next week, and then
definitely.
I'll share you the episode. Yeah, because on my other podcast, I'm educating people on all kinds of things. I'm like, I educated people on how to have a. I was like, this needs to
Oh,
be, and it was my Valentine's Day episode. Cause I was like, listen, like, cause I had a bad experience and I was like, listen, I can't believe people are gonna like, they can't figure this shit out how to do this properly. You know what I'm saying? Now I've got
yeah.
to educate people. So I'm gonna like educate, like, cause the other one's more like a like podcast and everything. And I was like, I
I
think
can
I
see
need.
why you had me on this one and not that one.
But no, it's not. It's like for I have like everybody like it's kind of to educate people like not just about like about like them about
Yeah, yeah,
different
yeah.
stuff like that because a lot of people just don't fully understand. Like
That's
I was a
fair. It's
I was a
stigmatized.
for many years and I've been stigmatized like hell.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I want to like in the like yo, you know, like my life is pretty damn boring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing crazy stuff all the time. So I wanted to educate people. Like that was the purpose of that um
How long were you a
podcast.
stripper for?
Oh God. I worked the Clinton years. They were good.
Oh my
Like
God.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was around even like when the 9/11 happened. I was in Vegas when that happened. Um dancing in Vegas. Yeah. So
9/11? Really?
I'm old. I'm old.
No, no, I mean like just dancing in Vegas and you're like just dancing, dancing, and then all of a sudden
Well, I
tower.
wasn't dancing. I remember like it was in the morning when it happened and I got woken up and I was staying with somebody and somebody else called on the phone. And back then they didn't, it was a recorder. And it wasn't, you know, like they had a phone and the recorder. Remember the recorder? Because it was 2001, right? And they said, "Oh my God, turn on the TV." It was this chick named Connie called my friend Lisette, and I happened to be staying there because I was going back from Florida to Vegas at the time, to, you know, and I was dancing. And I remember she called and on the recorder, "Turn on the TV," and we all woke up and we're like, "What the hell?"
My
Like,
God.
is yeah. So it was dramatic. And then for 2 days, nobody couldn't fly. And then we were going in the clubs and it was, we just went back to work and it was super slow. So I remember that when that happened. Yeah. But I was dancing for a long, like since 1995 and I stopped in my late 30s eventually. And yeah,
Just tiring.
that it's a young girl's game and it's not a young girl's game
Mm,
because of the level of work it is because you're literally in platform heels and you have to work
yeah,
the whole club.
yeah.
I didn't mind. I've always, thank God, like I've always enjoyed talking to people and meeting new people. So I made a lot of money as a stripper, like talking, and I can talk to anybody
That's nice.
because of the skill. I can sell anything to anybody. I have that skill.
You are very personable. You're a very personable person. You know, you're
Oh, thank
in
you.
people's faces.
I try to be personable, but some people are like, they'll look at me weird.
Yeah.
Like they'll look at me weird or what, or when I compliment, I don't know, people get weird. I feel like people get weird. I'm also a Gemini, so I get misunderstood.
That's fair.
What sign are you?
You're Sagittarius.
Oh, you're Sagittarius. Oh, that's what my mom is. What?
Charisma.
So you get lucky when you gamble.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
What
really
sign
gamble
now
that
is your
often.
girlfriend? What sign's your girlfriend? Because I'll tell you what's going
Oh,
to happen.
what's like February? Late February? What's that?
What February? What you have to tell me. So she's
Late
either
February. It's
is she a
like
Pisces?
what is that? What is that? What's the dates
She's
for
a
those?
fish. So
What's
February
the date
what?
range?
Because if she's before the 21st, she's Aquarius, she's very much like you guys are compatible. That would be a fire sign.
Oh
But
no, she is
Pisces,
Pisces then. She is Pisces.
she's Pisces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pisces is the water. You are the fire. So she's putting you out.
There's some truth to that. She's like a very chill person, you know. I love
She's
that
that
about
chill.
her.
Yeah. So Pisces are she's a fish. So but
Yeah.
then it goes into detail with astrology and all that. But oh, okay, that's what we get a lot because you're fire. I'm so we're opposite of the polar like that. Yeah. But
Does
But
that mean
people,
like what? I'm passionate?
no, my mother's a Sagittarius.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry. She doesn't have bad, she has ADD, but not bad ADHD. Like I could tell you're, uh, I don't know. I noticed like whatever mood you're in with a Sagittarius, they're going to be in.
That's interesting. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, as a performer, I feel like I definitely play off people's energies for sure.
Hmm.
They're giving off some kind of like, "Bleh," and I'm
But
picking
if
up on it.
somebody comes to you with a bad attitude, you're going to mirror that.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then you guys don't like any negative, you don't like any negative, like when somebody's used as so negative all the time, you know?
Yes, but I mean, just I guess in the other defense of like, how many times is someone negative and then you still keep a positive attitude? I guess that's hard too. Is in general, just in general, just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, my mom's a Sagittarius. So I know always to, another thing though, like my mom does that I hate is if I tell her something, everybody knows everything.
Oh,
Do you
my
do
mom
that
does that
ever?
too. No, well, yes and no. Like, not really.
Or that's
I
a
keep
Latino
things.
parent thing?
Maybe that's more of a like Latino guy thing. My mom used to get really mad and she'd be like, "Don't ever talk." She'd be like, "Don't gossip. It's awful when men gossip." She called it disgusting. So she'd like beat the crap out of me and she'd be like, "Don't
You
gossip."
were gossipy?
I was like regular boy gossip. Guys gossip too,
They do? What
except
do you guys gossip about?
we mostly bitches. It's a lot of lady
Oh,
talk.
mostly
It's
bitches.
mostly bitches. It's
Oh.
that and like money. Guys got gossiping is different because it's like it's just gossiping, except it's like borderline bragging almost. Like it's like very interesting. Of like,
Yo, when you guys have like up girlfriends or stuff like that, do the
yeah.
guys ever like rag on their other girlfriends? I always
What do you
wonder.
mean?
Like if a guy's dating a girl and she's just like a messed up individual or
Yeah.
person or whatever, like do you guys gossip about that? Like, oh, look at him. She's got him by the
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very matter of fact. They're like, yeah, that bitch is crazy, and someone will be like, yeah, and then that'll be like that. It'll be
Oh, they
like,
keep
yeah,
it like that.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very short and to the point. But yeah, it happens all the time. But
Okay.
it's different. Again, it's the same. You're still gossiping, but
Yeah.
the difference is it's usually more to the point. That's the only
Mm.
difference in gossip types.
So guys are more to the point. Mm.
In gossip, yeah, I've
And
noticed,
gossip.
or like braggy. That's
What's
that's like the
braggy?
gossip bait. I feel like that's what
You
I've seen, especially too in stand-up comedy. It's the most like most of it's like kind of interesting kind of gossip in that direction of like trying to brag about themselves or like using it more directly to the point. But it definitely happens all the time. Girl gossip is like, this is how I feel about this. This is what happened. This is how I feel about this. How do you feel?
oh, more detail.
Yeah, definitely. It's more
I
like a
got
breakdown
you.
of bop, 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 bop.
More
This is
detail.
my
That's
opinion on it.
Thank you for sharing that. Now I kind of wonder like what happens with, I don't know. I think men, because I've talked to so many men because of my former career, I pretty much figure them out. That's what also I feel like being a stripper, you become psychic. You can see like the outcome of different situations with people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
read people when it comes to like because of the time all the time that I was a stripper, when I meet a guy, I can like really, really predict like who they are, if they're an idiot or you know what I'm saying? Like a sense of like this shit ain't gonna work, like yeah, like it's a weird, very weird thing. And I don't know if it's because I stripped and the whole point was talk to guys, get money from them, and you had to read them. So
Yeah.
imagine a
Yeah. Yeah.
night you're talking to 20, 40 guys trying to read. So I think you learn how to read anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's those skills are the exact same ones that like CEOs, CFOs, big business companies use. It's the exact same crap. It's just different scales. What you're
Oh.
what you're seeing is the same thing any business person sees on their end financially. So like another like financial hustler will try to like what's the word I'm looking for? Intuition. They're trying to pick it up and kind of use the little context clues to try and break down exactly for what they want. It's the same crap. It's just
Mm.
It's the same. You can start up your own little Fortune 500.
That's true. And you know what? I've had a weird business sense and I could see how stuff plays out and what's going to go. And I've met people and I'm like, oh, this is going to happen next. And I think it's all for reading people.
Definitely. It's all
Yeah.
like in the end, we're just like 8 billion people on a planet. We all have certain tendencies. We're all social animals. It's the same crap. The only difference is the label we put on stuff. The same you were a stripper, you were trying to get money out of someone for your biggest profit for what you put in, right?
Hmm.
Same thing with any company. They're trying to maximize profits, and part of the way of doing that is interpretation of the person. It's no like
Mm.
fucking, it's not much of a difference. The
Right,
only
right.
difference is the
Well,
labels
how
we
come
put
they're
on
not
it.
giving me a job? Like,
How come what?
I can't get a good job. Like, no, I'm like, I've always had to work for myself. So, uh,
Do you feel like do you feel like any kind of sexism like that? Like any kind of issues there?
oh yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
women. Oh yeah. And then the race does like, and you probably understand that like a lot of even though like yes, I'm lighter skin, I don't have any afro, I'm more indigenous looking, but people don't seem to get it. I see like I said, like if you come to this country and you are more white, you have way more opportunity. And I believe that. Yeah. Cause I do see where like I didn't, and the thing about me stripping, it wasn't like I had other choices. That was the only choice
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only choice, I didn't do it because I was fantasizing about it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had like, that was another thing, but I do feel like there's
But
a lot.
then the irony is you were able to take that. You were limited to one sector, right?
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
were able to
I
use that
excelled.
sector to
I
expand on someone
excelled
else.
like no other
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
From a financial and economic standpoint,
Hmm.
what you are, black, brown, white, whatever, it doesn't matter, gender, whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you are an individual in an economic in an economic situation. That's what really matters. Whatever, even
Yeah.
whatever you do, right?
Yeah.
70% of the economy is consumption. So those people there are going to you for like
Yeah.
even though maybe socially it's seen as down
Oh,
like
and
it's seen
I
negatively.
perfected the like nobody's business.
You gave a good product.
I did. I had a
Yeah.
good, yeah, like I did. I did. And you're right. Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. I could sell anything. I
Yeah, I
really can.
believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not like it's just they intention and I say they can mean anybody in a
Right.
position of power.
But
Like
I have through the years with I've educated myself. I paid for my college
nice.
and all sorts of things. But through the years, it has been hard to like people are like, why don't you get a regular job or whatever? Like it's not really.
This
Yeah.
is a regular job. That's the
Well,
part I'm
now I
annoyed at.
just, but everything I do, like I said, you should see the stack of 1099s of all the methods I making money, but like a regular, like 9 to 5, I could never, now it's at the point where I'm old enough, like it ain't gonna, I'm financially okay. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But I'm still like, God damn, like I couldn't get on this opportunity. I couldn't get on that or whatever. So I have to make my own opportunity.
definitely.
Yeah.
But look at how much better that turned out for you
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
degree.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
You
That's
were
true.
able to commit to a following that's not exactly easy to build in any profession. Building a following is very difficult because you have to be not only have the skills for the job, but you also have to have the skills for people,
Yeah.
which is not
And
exactly.
I see with comics, I see the struggle because I've interviewed enough comics and I've noticed this for them to build the following. Like it's so hard because to sell those seats, you got to build up your social media to sell those seats, but that's like really really hard for comics. Nobody really talks about this. Like it's really difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah. Also, there's no money in it.
there's no
It's not like any other thing. There's very little, if any, money at all in
yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
It's more like you kind of just do it for the game. There's money in production, but not even like you talked about it. It's probably you make more through
Yeah,
internet
no, when
production
I
than
looked at
doing live.
producing a show, I was like, wait a minute. Like, and I was like, what the hell? Like, and then I was like adding up. I'm like, I really want to produce a show that I can, so for my own self, so I could sit there and put comments and see for my own little pity. I was going to call it
Ah,
or something. I was going to do a crazy.
that sounds so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause Aaliyah Janine's show she moved and
She
she
what?
had heart. She moved to Austin, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You
Did
didn't know
she?
that? Yeah. She moved.
I know that she moved. I didn't know
Yeah. She moved.
where.
So I used to like going to her show every month.
At the Finn, yeah.
Yeah. And, I was like, damn, now I want that back. I'll have to make my own, but now maybe I'll do it later on when I feel it. I'll get a
Well,
fly
if
up.
you ever want a partner or anything, let me know.
Oh,
Like that would be
okay.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially I'd love that.
I'll name it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be very fun. Do
Yeah.
you like I mean, part of production is like not necessarily having to do everything on your own either. Working with someone else does lighten the load a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Comes.
it's a matter of finding that right person and then
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that
yeah.
would go with my brand. You know what I'm saying? And so you are Latin, so thank you for offering, because I gotta like give the other Latinos a chance. Um like I kind of want it because I've had a lot of Latinos on this, like so many Latinos on here on this podcast.
You have, I mean, you're very sweet and it's good, and I
They're
appreciate
the
that.
only
Thank you.
ones answering the DM.
Yeah.
They're the only ones. So anybody else saying anything else, it's like they're the only ones answering back the DMs that will come on.
That's the problem. They think it's a spam bot or something. They're like, oh God, another spam bot.
Well, I think because I have the clips up and then I did an IMDb page.
Nice.
So
For
I
this?
give
For
comics
podcast or
and
for yourself?
huh?
For the podcast or for
Yes,
yourself?
for this podcast, the podcast you're on.
Oh,
So
that's
you're going to
sick.
get a second. You have an IMDb credit.
Yeah.
So I took this serious. I took this really serious. So I want to produce more. I want to do more. That's my
Yeah.
goal for it's been my goal for 2024. So
All right. Well, definitely. Well, you and I will do a sketch coming
yes.
up.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll do a sketch. Like you run out or something.
I
Or
do
so,
have a
I'll be
like
like, oh
vibe
my God, my
episode.
husband's coming. I'm like, that'll be funny. Like that.
Do you ever do you ever see those like raunchy cartoon books? It's always like a cuckold here and there, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, we should. I like that. Something funny like that. Like it'll be funny.
I'd be
Like,
down.
yeah, but I'm bad at, I just don't, I need you guys to like write it for me.
That's the thing. You pretty much act in it,
I
right? Is
just
that
act in it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't do that for anybody else, Daniel. So you're very special.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I don't like a lot of people in New York too much.
No.
I might move. I'm debating though. I'll be honest. I am debating of moving to LA, back in LA, because my daughter one of my kids is in the West Coast, and I had a lot of luck. And personally, I don't have like as many friends as I do in New York, and I don't like after a while I go, why am I here? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When it was
Yeah.
real cold, I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah. 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 I can imagine.
And when I was in LA, it was like cool because it was like, let's go for a hike. Like more creative people are there. It's warm.
Yeah.
Like my building, I literally lived in a building. I had one time, my neighbors in the past have been literally Post Malone and Lakeith. His name's Lakeith. He's an actor. He was on Get Out. Seinfeld. It was not Seinfeld. What is his name? Lakeith.
Daniel Lakeith, or who? You're
Hold
talking
on.
about the guy who started it?
No, it was on. I just know his name is Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith. This was my old neighbor. That guy. I don't know if you could see it. He was on Get Out.
Was he one of the guys that was hit with the flash?
Yeah, that he was the one that was one of my names. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I went from that, like, and I'm not trying to like name drop or whatever, but in LA, like everybody is on this like creative, everybody's doing something. It's like
I know.
you know what I'm saying? And then over here, it's like I got Veronica, my neighbor, she's sweet, she's nice, but it's like she's sitting there complaining about the migrants. Like, I don't these Spanish people moving in, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah. It's like I
yeah,
understand too. Like
yeah.
that
So I'm like, and then I don't get invited anywhere, or when I do, I'll go to some stuff. Like I have to make shit happen, and you know, and in LA, it was kind of like I could just like hang out and I had, mind you, I do have some friends here, but nothing like I did in like LA was a vibe, a party, fun. Man, I have stories for days.
I believe you.
If I wrote a book, it would be a bestseller. Like,
LA just has that crazy nightlife because the
well,
bars
but
have done
this
it
is the
too.
thing. I lived there before the pandemic. So I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gone. That's also what I'm scared of.
That's possible. It happened here. Like
Yeah,
it,
that's why I'm
yeah.
like, but I got here in 2019. My father died, and then the pandemic hit before I knew it. So I didn't. That was my whole like existence. So I don't know really was stuff cracking before that.
Yeah. 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 Well, like, part of it's like people move around. They don't necessarily want to be in a big city as much. They might move to a more rural area.
Yeah,
That's
like
like part of it.
Jersey or something.
Yeah, yeah, they get a little suburban house. I get it. Property
Yeah,
values shoot up, so you're like, why would I want to live here?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're in Queens too, right?
Brooklyn now. That's
Oh,
nice.
you're Brooklyn. Oh, okay, you're Bed-Stuy. Oh, we did the opposite. I left Brooklyn. You're
Yeah, I went. You left, and I was like, let me check that place out.
yeah. What do you think?
I love it. It's
You
nice.
like
It feels
it?
like, yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot. I've always loved Queens too. Like they're both like, they feel very chill.
Brooklyn was okay. I was happy to leave. I had a
No, go
stalker
for it.
come knock on my door, and I was like, "That's enough."
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
Like a
Uh,
fan, an obsessed fan.
I don't think it was. I don't know if it's somebody in the neighborhood or whatever that eventually they figured out like who I really diet over when I lived over there. I really like didn't have no makeup, whatever. I had a gigantic huge apartment, but I was not in the greatest area. But yeah, they just came knocking on my door one day, and I was like scared as hell.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Did
Yeah.
you answer? What the hell happened? You told
No,
this. Wait,
I threatened to
finish. I
call
want to
the
hear that
police.
story. What the fuck did you do? How did you know it was
All
them?
I did, okay. So
Holy shit.
generally, like I had like a thing over my head, like a bonnet over my head to cover my hair. And I went to the store. My allergies were acting up, and I bought some what's it called? The pink pills, allergy medicine. Anyway, I bought some allergy medicine. I
Yeah.
came home, and some guy is knocking on
Meth,
my
you've heard of it? Yeah.
no, not meth. It was an allergy medicine. I literally went across the street. This is all I did. I was not dressed up, okay? Had sweatpants on, my hair was covered in a bonnet. My allergies were acting up, had a big shirt on. Literally went across the street, came in, and then 2 seconds later, a guy's like, Marcela, do you, speaky Spanish like that? And it wasn't a guy that was Spanish. Marcela, open the door, Marcela. And I'm like, I don't know this person because I would know who somebody is if they
Yeah.
were to knock on my door.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't, how you know when somebody's coming or
Totally,
whatever.
totally,
Right,
totally.
right. And yeah, so then I was like, it bounced out. Like that's it. Yeah. So I was like, and so now where I live, there's 24-hour security, like always watching and all that, which is good.
What do you mean? Like, oh, because there's people walking around or
The complex that I'm at now has real good
oh,
security.
nice. Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucking
like,
great.
and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care. Yeah, like they're always watching. There's cameras everywhere. If I have um a box missing, like a package from Amazon missing, in 2 seconds they find it for me.
That's fucking great.
So yeah, so I'm a lot more, and then I'm in a great little neighborhood, and I can walk around, and people leave me alone, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
good, but I don't have like I don't have like what I had in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, which, well, LA, I had a pool at my complex. The weather was good. Like
Yeah.
I said, friends, like, you want to go for a hike? Cool. Your neighbors, like, you want to go for a hike, and or like create. I had like a lot of creative people. Like you could get anything done in LA. Like the skits that you make, you could easily get cheap production. You want to do a podcast,
Yeah.
cheap production, cheap producers, cheap this,
But
that.
that's where they all are. Of course, it's going to
That's
be
where
cheaper.
everybody's
The
at.
market's flooded. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
market's flooded. But even now with
Everybody,
technology,
yeah,
you don't necessarily need that much. You need
no,
less.
no. But it was
Everybody,
kind of
what?
like
Okay,
in LA, like everything was, I don't know if it's still that way. I really would have to stay for a full month over there to see if I would want to go back. That's what I would have
that's
to do.
fair.
Yeah.
That's honestly fair. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Yeah, I'd have to see. But I'm debating it now just because of like I want more stuff happening here so I could justify. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, but well, thank you so much for coming on. I got a good hour out of you. Of course, I
Thanks.
dominated the situation. I dominated the
I like that. You know, you're working with someone, so it's nice. It feels like it passes time easier.
Yeah, yeah. Great conversation. Can you tell my audience where they can find you?
Find me on Instagram at Daniel_J_Perafan, Perafan. Give me a follow.
And I am Marcela Alonso. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Marcela Sobella, or you can go and join all my other sites at marcelasobella.com. Thank you so much, Daniel, for coming on Sunday Funday.
Thank you for having me.